Hello everyone, and welcome to Windchill Studio 11 Advanced 2 training. I am Miia from ADSOTECH, your Windchill partner in the Nordics, and I'm here to guide you through our 3 training packages, Basic, Advanced 1, and 2. These packages are designed for new Windchill users with a developer license. We are now in the Advanced 2 training package, which includes cell-based mapping, conditions, long texts, and making scripts available for the runner users. This is the second part of that package, and we will concentrate on making scripts more dynamic with if conditions. Let's dive in. First, let's look at the default behavior of a script. What happens in SAP during the script execution must match perfectly with what was recorded when the script was created, of course considering the possible manual modifications that have been done in the mapper afterwards. During the run, the SAP screens must appear in the order in which they are listed in the mapper. There cannot be any extra screens or skipping of screens. This is true for all enabled screens in the script. Also, each enabled SAP field in the script must exist on the respective SAP screen. If the aforementioned rules are not met, the run will fail with an error message. This default behavior can be changed with conditions. Let's say you want a script to be able to create 3 different types of documents. And each of those document types requires a slightly different SAP fields to be filled in. With conditions, we are able to tell Windchill which fields to fill in for each document. Those conditions would be based on Excel data, the document type that the user enters in Excel. Another scenario could be that you get different screens in SAP depending on the data that is entered. Again, with different document types, you might have a special pop-up window for Z1 document type, and this pop-up window is not present for any other type of document. This would mean that the pop-up window needs to be included in the script, and the condition needs to be added so that the pop-up is only considered when the document type is Z1. Both of these scenarios would require a condition if Excel column X, which means the values in Excel column X determine whether the selected part of the script is performed or not. A single condition can contain any number of SAP fields or SAP screens, and you can have multiple conditions in one script. Most often, conditions are based on Excel data, but SAP data can also be used. If the transaction in question is such that for the first document, SAP asks for a company code, controlling area, or similar, but for the second, third, and fourth document, it is not asked again. You need a different type of if condition, if first transaction. This tells Windchill that the specific screen, pop-up, or field is only relevant for the first transaction, so the first document, and not for the following ones. Whichever type of if condition you use, first select the appropriate part of the script that you want to conditionalize, and then click Create If Condition to define the condition sentence. You can find the button in the Map menu. The condition can be a simple if or if-else sentence. Base your condition on Excel or SAP data by selecting column or SAP field respectively. Define the rest of the sentence with a reference to the appropriate column or SAP field, a logical operator, and a comparison value. The comparison value can also be a value in your Excel template if you click on the Compare with Column tick box. When a simple, straightforward if sentence is not enough, you can adjust to more complex scenarios by combining sentences with and/or operators. You can even group the sentences and use and/or operators between the groups. There's one more distinctively different type of condition that can be used on the screen level. It is separate from the other conditions as it can be applied to individual screens only. The option is called Skip If Not Present, and it's usually used for pop-ups and other screens in SAP that seem to appear almost randomly for some documents and not for others. The behavior cannot be linked to any data in Excel or in the SAP transaction. This option should never be used inside a loop for any scripts. To use this condition, you can find the option in the Map menu or in the Properties panel. First, select the appropriate screen row in the Expert view and then click on Skip if not present. This is a functionality for the screen level only. It cannot be used for individual fields or groups of fields at any time. Only use it for those screens that do not appear consistently in SAP, and you cannot define a condition based on Excel or SAP data to accommodate the appearing and not appearing behavior of the screen. One example of a screen where skip if not present should be used. Transaction in SAP is TK11 create condition, and the screen notifies you of overlapping validity periods. The screen does not appear if there is no overlap in the existing periods, but we don't know the existing periods, and even in SAP, we don't see the existing periods before the screen is already launched. That means we need to include the screen in the script, which may take a couple of recordings and retries, and then flag that screen with skip if not present. It seems we are missing the pop-up in the beginning now that we are running the script in a different system. That concludes the second part of our Advanced 2 package for Visual Studio 11. So far, we know what cell-based mapping means and how to use if conditions. Please join me in the next part, which will cover the use of long text fields. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining.